The farmer's walk is an incredibly beneficial yet simple exercise that's used by strongmen and athletes, but is also great for the average person. All you have to do is pick up some weight and walk with it for a set amount of steps. Sounds easy enough, but if you do this exercise correctly, it can be very challenging. Before we get into how to properly do a farmer's walk, let's talk about why it's even worth your time. The main benefit of doing farmer's walks is the improvement in your grip strength. Gripping heavy weights over time will improve your overall grip strength, which eventually translates into strength in other exercises, for example, deadlifts, pull-ups, rows. So if your limiting factor in any exercise is your grip, then farmer's walks will help to shore up that weakness. Farmer's walks are also great if you're looking to improve your posture and core strength, since the exercise requires full body muscle recruitment. Once you pick up the weight and take a few steps, you'll feel your upper back, lats, forearms, quads, hamstrings, and glutes all working hard as you walk with the weight. And speaking of glutes, farmer's walks are actually an underrated exercise for building glute strength. This exercise is also quite functional in that it can better prepare you for activities of daily living like carrying heavy bags or boxes, as well as helping to prevent injury when doing other sports or activities, since you're forced to practice bracing or keeping your abdominal muscles tight as you walk forward. Practicing bracing like you would in walking with heavy weight is so beneficial not only for injury prevention, but also for increasing overall strength and power. These are some of the reasons why programming farmer's walks into your routine is a great idea. When looking at farmer's walks from a risk-reward standpoint, the benefits are immense and the risk is minimal. So how do we properly perform the exercise? Well, farmer's walk begins by placing a set of weight on either side of your body and deadlifting the weight up into a full standing position. Once you're upright, hold the weight with a firm grip, keep a neutral straight spine with your shoulders back and down, and your core tight. Keep your gaze forward and walk straight at an even pace. I recommend finding somewhere that allows for at least 10 steps in a straight line. To prevent injury, it's important to keep these two things in mind. First, if you're unable to keep a neutral spine or your shoulders start to roll forward, then stop the exercise and restart with less weight. Second, if you're unable to complete a full set of steps, do not drop the weight as you continue walking. If your grip or posture is about to give, then stop and deadlift the weight back down to the ground. This will prevent any injury to your spine or weight accidentally landing on your feet. Farmer's walks are an easy exercise to progressively overload or add variation to if you're interested in changing it up occasionally. You can simply change the amount of steps, load, pace, or type of resistance you're carrying. If you're new to farmer's walks or don't have much grip strength yet, then starting with dumbbells would be the best option. If you have access to kettlebells or farmer's walk handles, then those could also be used to progress the exercise, as the handles are thicker than dumbbells, making them harder to grip. In the case of farmer's walk handles, since the weight can be loaded with plates, you have to take into account the back and forth tilting of the plates, making your steps even more challenging. Trap bars are another alternative if they're available to you. Using a trap bar compared to dumbbells or kettlebells is a little easier variation, since the center of gravity is more balanced compared to having handles that can move around as you walk forward. The takeaway here is that from a risk to reward perspective, the farmer's walk is an excellent exercise that everyone can and should do to improve overall strength, endurance, power, and their posture. The farmer's walk is so versatile that you can schedule it as part of a strength day towards the end after you've completed your main lifts, or it can be done during a conditioning day. Either way, we could all benefit from going on more farmer's walks.